Brian Kilmeade finding out that teachers are not making a ton of cash. He's got to come up with something else. Anybody who has been particularly in this context, right, where you get to you have the opportunity to see sometimes the teachers interact with the children because they're on Zoom. Here is Brian Kilmeade trying to come up with scramble around as to why we woefully underpay. We put so much in this country. We impose so many requirements on what education is supposed to deliver in this country. And then we basically say to the people who are primarily responsible for providing that education, yeah, we don't value that much.
You know, I feel sorry for the teachers because they don't get paid a lot. My sister's a teacher. They don't get paid a lot. A lot of times they're spending their own money to buy supplies for the classroom. But we heard one mom say when we did our panels, our conversations with parents, we heard one mom say that her teacher said, I love the Zoom because I get to go work out and I don't have to take a shower before I get on Zoom to teach the kids.
Right. Well, the CDC said the teachers can go back without being vaccinated, and that flies in the face of what this UTLA is.
Don't let that
pause it. Let me just say this: the story of one teacher who's like, I don't have to take a shower because after I work out because of Zoom. Nobody says anything but if there is proper ventilation and there is proper distancing and there is proper mask wearing, it is safe to go back to school. The problem is there's no money for the proper ventilation. There's no resources to make sure that there's proper distancing. None of that exists. And you never hear the if. That's always just brought in after the fact. All right, but go back because Brian Kilmeade, how is he going to deal with the fact that there's actually somebody there who knows a teacher and knows how woefully underpaid they are and how undersupplied they are, so much so that they actually have to pay for their own supplies to teach the kids? So he's got to come up with something quick.
Vaccinated, and that flies in the face of what this UTLA is.
Don't let that bother you. Plus, they get 3 months off in the summer. They get tenure. It's almost impossible to get them fired. As we're seeing now, you have union protection. So there's a lot of positive things to being a teacher in Los Angeles, maybe more than most cities.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got to say that because his co-host has a sister who's a teacher and knows everything he's saying is bullshit. There is no tenure. There's just a protection from the politics that goes on with basically with principals who want to create their own, naturally in any type of fiefdom. They get the same type of, make sure they get the same type of protections that you get at your job, Brian. And the idea that they get the 2 or 3 months off, they're working on creating plans, but also their job doesn't end when they leave the schools. They're correcting papers all night. They're coming up with plans. They're
coming up with plans over the summer. Just because their job changes over the summer doesn't mean they're just sipping pina coladas. And he can't even use the and what are they paid to do excuse there because he realizes in real time that they are not paid well.
Exactly.
And how do you work in political media and not know that teachers are paid poorly? That's just how insulated and culturally focused they are in specific things. He
knows. He just doesn't want it to be actually advertised.
And he couldn't retrofit it into his argument in real time at that moment. So,
exactly.
Yeah.